Rising Star winner, Fat. Just put your glasses down. He wins it. This
done.
man. Yep.
Wow.
Ollie Dempsey joins us online. Welcome, mate.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate that, JB.
Well, a couple have fallen over, but bugger it. You would have won the thing anyway. You're absolutely flying, and every time I watch you play footy, you look like you're having a ball.
No, I appreciate that. I'm having fun with it. I'm having a great year, like having fun wise. So it's been good just being able to enjoy my footy. So I'm loving it.
Played every game this year, averaging 23 disposals the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you're kicking goals, Ollie. That's very important for a winger.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to get on the end of a few, which is nice. But yeah, I'm loving the role of the wing. So it's been good.
And you love taking hangers, and you're trying to take a hanger. You will one day.
Yeah, I love dropping them, Bill, but I definitely like to go for them and fly for them. But yeah, I need to actually take one first.
Well, I did speak to Joel Selwood, of course, doing the show Wednesday night. And I said, tell me a bit about this young fella. He said he will take Mark of the Year.
Yes.
And he will not die attempting to. He'll just keep on flying. So you obviously take him on the track as well.
Yeah, I took a few in pre-season, which was nice, and I was feeling good. And then I've dropped about 4 in the real season. But that's I've got the license from Scotty, which is nice that they trust me. So I just try to compete for one and hopefully bring one down one day.
And you're part of the Headband crew.
I'm going to get to this in a minute. Keep going.
Well, he's part of it. There's about 8 or 10 of you, aren't there, that wear headbands?
Yeah, there's a few, and we all seem to have blonde hair. It's really funny.
Ollie, it's a commentating nightmare. You, Sam DeConing's bigger, obviously, and Zach Guthrie, all with the blonde shag exactly the same. And you get your binoculars and you're like, which one's this?
Nevert's another one.
Nevert's another one. I would like you all to change and be a bit different.
I know. I feel like BT gets me confused with Z Guthrie every time he touches the ball, but we all look the same. I'm sure it's hard for up in the box.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable the way you're going, though. About a month ago, Ollie, everyone was saying they're too old, the Cats. They've got to start playing their kids. They're buggered. Season gone. And now you're looking at a top 2 spot. Yeah,
it's exciting. We've got a few young players incoming as well, like Lawson the last couple of weeks too has been awesome for us, and obviously Maxie Holmes, Sam DeConing, Tanner Bruin. So we've got heaps of, I could name heaps. So we're not just old, and we've got a good mix at the minute, which is nice. Obviously with the old stars like, well, not old, but Paddy and
no, he's old.
He's old.
But it's a good mix, and we're really optimistic about where we can get this season.
Pat, I told you this. Lawson Humphreys, Ollie, comes from a place called Roebourne, which is halfway between Port Hedland and
nowhere.
Bloody nowhere.
Yeah.
And I stopped there once to get petrol. It is literally in the middle of nowhere. Do you hear me?
Oh.
They must teach like how to kick on both feet up there or something. He's a beautiful user of the footy.
Isn't he just? You found one there.
What's he like around the club?
Very relaxed and very cool, and like the way he came in, he just didn't faze him. Like playing in the G in front of 75,000 was his first game, and just was like, oh, it's another game. So he's very cool, calm, and collected.
Not only another game, but sees something in the middle, and just takes it on
his left or right.
And most players would go, oh, I might just have a look down the line. He just sees anything and pulls the trigger off.
I know, and he's telling Stu in stuff. No, it's all right. I'll take kick-ins. He's a good young footballer.
Bloody
speaking of his first game, what about your first game? Remember this, Jim? Down in Hobart, I reckon it was, and you had all these mad mates down there.
Yes, all my best schoolmates from Carey Grammar, so they all made the trip down, and they just booked flights and didn't have a return flight, which was pretty funny, but they loved it.
Didn't they have writing on their guts or something?
Yeah, they had "I love Dempsey." And I didn't know what they were doing, and I found out pre-game from Isaac Smith. I'm like, this is so funny.
Hey, now I want to know about that because you're a basketballer when you're younger, but what was your footy background? Because the Cats kind of plucked you from nowhere.
Yeah, I played when I was obviously from like under 9s till probably about under 14s when I stopped. But I was all right when I was a bit younger, and then I was pretty average when I was about 13, 14, because I was just pretty small, and I was like, oh, basketball's taking up more of my time, so I was focusing on that. And then I just came back to play with my mates in year 12 and have a bit of fun with it. And
at Carey?
At Carey, yeah, just played at Carey, and got fortunate enough to get selected, which was nice.
Who found you? Who plucked you?
Liam Woodland, everyone gives it to Wellesley too.
Oh,
Liam
no,
Woodland.
you better say Wellesley,
Yes,
Crikey.
better.
Yes.
He likes to be mentioned.
No, yes, Wellesley too. They've got a very good team down at the Cats with getting Lawson even like out of nowhere. So no, they was blessed enough to get an opportunity at the Cats.
So category B, or how did you go in the main draft? What was the journey?
No, I was actually just rookie draft, like just normal rookie draft, not category B, because I played these 6 games.
Yeah, right.
Of footy in year 12, and I remember at the start of the year, I was like, oh, am I going to make the ones for Carey? And I was like, just focusing on like playing my mates. Which obviously it's a bit lower grade, but it's still a good league, the APS. But now I got blessed enough to get down the category.
Oh, mate, and
good's
you're
that?
going beautifully. We're going to take a little break. Retro game coming up. And I think I might have your jumper, the old school jumper. Doesn't look good. That one you used to wear.
Which one?
Huge, great big fat blue stripes on it.
Oh, well, that was mine. No one else had the fat stripes.
All right, so why is it the retro game, Ol, by the way?
This will be good.
It is 100 years from when
Who?
Cargy Greaves played, I think.
Won the Brownlow medal in 1920.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I was just testing you. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
1924, Cargy won the Brownlow, and the Cats won the premiership in 25.
So have you seen the photo, both of you, of Jezza with the trolleys hiked
with
up?
the trolleys.
I reckon one of his pills actually popped out.
He's put his gut out. We saw it this morning in the team meeting, and I was sitting next to him like, you're not that fat usually. He's like, yeah, I was putting my gut out. It was pretty
He's unbelievable.
He is, mate.
He just does whatever he wants, doesn't he, Jezza? Have you been out to who's the best farmer? Is it Jezza? Is it Hawk? Or is it Reese?
Oh, I don't want to make any problems with those three, but no, they're all pretty good farmers, I think. I've been to Jez's. I haven't been to the other two, so
Right.
I've been to Jez's a few times, so I'll go with Jez. How about
Who are you living with? Ollie Dempsey?
that? I'm living I just moved out, actually, from living with Sam DeConing, so I'm by myself. I just moved into my own place down at Torquay.
Oh, nice. Are you a surfer?
Yeah, I do a bit, yeah. Not during winter. It's too cold for me.
You look like one.
Oh, you bloody oath. Now, let's get back to the retro jumper. You've got that coming out this weekend, but we had Jack Scrimshaw in yesterday.
Yes.
And Ollie, had the retro tracksuit, the old parachute material tracksuit.
Yeah.
What is it with the old gear that you young blokes want to rip into?
Yeah, it comes back in fashion, I guess. But a few boys say that as well. Like the stuff I wear, like Hawkins stuff, be like, I used to wear that in school, and then it wasn't cool anymore. But then it's back in now, I guess. So retro round's a really cool idea, which our jersey looks sick, so I'm excited to play in it.
A couple of blokes have grown their moustaches, I reckon, Jim, just like the old days.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. They better win.
Do you ever see Bill play football, Ollie?
Oh, of course he did.
You ever had any line of sight on fat?
Yeah, heaps. I watch his highlights all the time.
Brownless, he hasn't had the best of days.
He's too slow.
Yeah, he's too slow. Who did you barrack for growing up?
I was a Hawthorn man, so
Oh.
I was probably the opposite of the Cats, really.
Ever been to Geelong?
No, once before, I think, for basketball, I played in Geelong before I got drafted down here.
Gee.
So how would you go now? If you had what do they call it, 3-on-3? What's that
Yes.
called? What are those games called? There's a name
Half
for
court
them.
or something?
Yeah, bloody hell. Anyway, if you jumped out and played with some blokes on the street, how would you go?
Oh, I would have lost my touch a bit, but I think I'd be all right, I reckon. I played it for enough of years of my juniors, so I'd pick it up hopefully pretty quickly.
And what about a couple of the measurements like the 2K? Do you do a 2K time trial, Geelong?
No, we do a shuttle test and a 15-minute run, so a bit different. but-
And weights, how do those two go for you coming out of basketball and Carey Grammar?
Yeah, no, I was actually fitness-wise, I was all right, man. I don't know, it was all right. But yeah, weights, I put on a bit of size. I needed to. I came in at-
Rubbish. What do you bench press? Oh? About
What do I
50.
bench press?
Yeah,
Oh,
52 or
200.
something. Oh! About 50, I reckon. The small little ones each end, that'd be it. Little old trying to get it up.
Now your physio, or one of your physios, Steve Saunders, Ollie, when I was playing for South Australia, was our physio for about 7 years, and he's an animal. He's not a good human being. He used to run our fitness. We used to do 1K reps.
Yeah.
He had to do 5 of them.
Yeah.
And your fastest and your slowest couldn't be more than 20 seconds apart. Otherwise, he'd make you run a 6-1. Does he do any of your strength and conditioning or just physio?
No, hearing that, luckily he doesn't. No, he's just our head physio, so it's
That's good.
No, he's no good, mate. And you can tell
No
him when you
good.
see him. You spoke to me and I said he's no good. What he is an extraordinarily good physio.
Star.
He's actually the best in the business.
He is.
But when it comes to that other stuff, a masochist. Do you know what that means, Ol?
no, not good. I assume.
Enjoys inflicting pain on other people.
Hey, what about, speaking of physios, Tom Hawkins, how's he going? I see he's in the pool today at Geelong College. He said,
Yeah,
if
he
I'm
was.
sending me kids there, I'm going to use the facilities. That's what he said.
Yes, in the slow lane, I saw on his story. But yeah, no, he's going well. He's been at the club every day and getting back, and we're excited to have him back. He's a super player for us, so it'll be good to have him back soon.
Cam Guthrie?
Yeah, he's also tracking well, and I think he's just a few weeks away, I believe. And he's tracking well, and hopefully we're excited to have him back too.
Tommy Stewart just ripping into the midfield and clean as a whistle and exiting stoppage.
Tough.
What the hell?
He's just a superstar, I think, of just a superstar footy player. You can put him anywhere and he'll play well. So he's been amazing for us, especially that change in the last 3 weeks, and has obviously done a lot for our game with 3 wins in a row.
Oh, exactly. And Sam DeConey going in there. He's been good in the ruck, your old housemate.
Yes, it's good. It's good having him around the ball. So it's something exciting happens. Best 16 I heard the Cats have ever had.
No, shut up. Well,
That's a bit better, Ol. Don't run with that garbage you came out with before.
Who wore 28 for the Cats over the years, please, Ol?
Tim Darcy did.
Oh,
Alan Christensen.
well,
What's on his locker, Bill? Probably, I reckon.
Well, yeah. Any others?
That's all that I can name off right now.
What about when you're out there, mate, as a youngster? Have you had an example in your short career where you've looked at an opponent and gone, bloody hell, that's Dusty? Or that? Have you been blown away by someone?
I reckon I have. Let me just think off the top of my head, but there's been so many.
This will
good
be a
players.
while.
Yeah.
No, we'll just talk amongst ourselves, Ol. You just come up with someone.
You know what was pretty cool? Pendles on the weekend was pretty cool. Playing along next to him and on him a few times, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Former basketballer himself.
Exactly. Hey, mate, any tickets left this weekend for a big game? The Cats and the Dogs, Saturday night, GMHBA Stadium.
Yeah,
now.
very limited tickets because you got that brand new grandstand there, so you can fit more people in. So make sure you go to Ticketmaster, grab your tickets, or better yet, become a member now. Membership.geelongcats.com.au in the top 4 and flying, Bill.
And the retro game, of course, get the commemorative Guernsey.
By the jumper.
I haven't finished that stand. There's
No, it's
a whole
done.
part of it I haven't got any seats.
Because it's standing room.
Put some seats in there.
No, the people love, Ollie, you would have, the supporters would have told you this. The people love the standing room, Jim. They love it, don't they? Oh,
they love it. It's loud down there. Before the game, there's always a few chants in that pocket, so it's rowdy. I reckon.
it is fantastic. Good initiative
Get some
by the
seats
Cats.
in there and finish the bloody stand.
And Chin Chin, have you been to Chin Chin? You've taken a date. You got a date on the go?
No, I haven't got a date on the go, but we did go there the other week. We got a cooking lesson from Chin Chin. We just walked upstairs and got a cooking lesson, so it's pretty cool.
What's going on? Tanner Bruin hasn't got a girlfriend. Toby Conway hasn't got a
Jack
girlfriend.
Scrimshaw hasn't got a girlfriend.
Ollie hasn't got a girlfriend.
What's going on?
I'm just focusing on my footy, Bill.
I'll tell you. Actually, it's not a bad idea. They cost you.
Oh, listen to fat.